네, 저는 지금 이승환 해설과 함께 글로벌 매치 그 두 번째 경기 MVP 피닉스와 세계 랭킹 1위에 빛나는 비치 게이밍과의 결전을 앞두고 피닉스 선수들을 만나기 위해 이곳에 나와 있습니다.
그렇습니다. 레이브가 뉴비를 잡아내는 세트 스코어 2대1로 잡아내는 이런 성과를 눈으로 확인을 하고 이제 붙는 이런 그 대결이기 때문에 뭔가 이제 MVP 피닉스에도 기대감을 가지시는 팬분들도 계시지 않을까 이런 생각이 드는데 어떻습니까? 경기를 보시고 난 이후에.
네, 레이브가 정말로 잘하더라고요. 그래서 결승전 때 대등한 경기를 해서 뭔가 되게 자랑스럽기도 하고 뿌듯하기도 하고 우리도 레이브만큼 잘해야겠구나라는 생각이 들어요.
네, 그래서 이제 비치 게이밍에 대한 어떤 그 팀에 대한 분석이라든가 어떤 점을 이제 공략을 하면 되겠다라든가 그리고 자신들이 어떻게 이제 플레이하면 되겠다라든가 뭐 이런 여러 가지 이제 팀에 대한 전략이 서 있을 것 같은데 그런 부분에 대해서 조금 말씀해 주신다면요.
뭐 간단하게 말을 하자면
네.
큐어가 블랙을 1대1 미드를 이겼잖아요.
예, 그렇죠.
네, 슈퍼 선수가 이번에 안 왔어요.
네.
안 왔는데 그래서 블랙 선수가 미드를 쓴다고 하더라고요. 뭔가 좀 분위기가 좋은 것 같아요. 진조가 좋은 것 같아요.
미드 대결에서 이제 큐어가 이겼었기 때문에 가능성이 있다 이렇게 이제 마치 선수가 이야기를 했는데 좀 큐어 선수에게 얘기를 좀 들어볼까요? 네. 예, 어떻습니까? 딴 생각하고 있었던 건 아니죠?
네. 그냥 뭐 제가 가는 레인만 이기면 나머지 팀원들도 다 이기지 않을까.
본인은 이제 이겼으니까, 그러니까 미드 대전에서 한번 이겨봤으니까 이길 자신은 분명히 있고요.
네, 뭐 저는 이길 자신 있습니다.
예, 알겠습니다.
레이브의 경기력도 경기력인데 확실히 홈그라운드 여기 있는 팬분들의 성원이 크게 한몫한 것 같거든요.
그렇습니다. 예, 그런 어떤 분위기 그리고 우승했었던 분위기를 바탕으로 해서 그 분위기를 몰아치면서 결국 이제 승리를 거뒀기 때문에 역시 이제 MVP 피닉스도 좋은 결과가 나오지 않을까 이런 생각이 드는데요.
네, 저는 무척 기대하고 있습니다.
네.
비치 게이밍 선수들에게 레이브가 뉴비에게 했던 것처럼 도발을 한번 해주시죠. 너희들을 꺾을 수 있다.
네.
제가요? 다른
표
사람.
선수가 해야죠. 블랙도 꺾으셨는데.
네, 뭐,
그러니까 그걸 바탕으로.
뭐 레이브는 2대1로 이겼잖아요.
네.
뭐 2대0으로 한번.
네. 좋습니다.
네.
자, 그럼 이제 세계 랭킹 1위에 빛나는 비치 게이밍 선수들과 함께 있는 김세령 씨를 만나보겠습니다. 김세령 씨 나와주세요.
네, 저는 지금 정인호 해설위원과 함께 세계 랭킹 1위에 빛나는 비치 게이밍을 만나러 왔습니다. 지금 대기실에 있는데요. 자, 오늘 세계 랭킹 1위, 2위 그리고 TI4 1위 2팀을 모두 만나고 있습니다. 정말 저에게도 대단한 하루인데요. 먼저 블랙 선수에게 인터뷰를 해보도록 하겠습니다. 블랙, 니하오.
니하오.
큐어 선수와 미드레인에서 졌죠? 져가지고 이제 소감을 한번 여쭤보도록 하겠습니다. 你跟 Q 打过比赛，感觉怎么样？
我打得非常好，我在赢，可是我觉得他是我的非常好朋友，所以我让他赢。
네, 경기를 해봤는데 그냥 너무 좋은 친구라서 내가 이기게 양보를 해줬다, 이기게 내버려뒀다라고 말씀을 해주셨습니다.
그러면 이어서 앞선 경기를 봤잖아요.
네네.
그때 느낌이 좀 어땠는지 한번 블랙 선수가 또 말을 잘하니까 한 번 더 물어보도록 하겠습니다.
刚才看过那种 Rave 和 NUB 的比赛，你感觉怎么样？
非常牛逼。我觉得那个一排后牛逼赢得非常容易，然后我觉得牛逼会赢2-0，就是那个 Rave 队伍，我不知道怎么了，他们非常厉害，我不知道怎么说，因为我的中文不好。
네, 지금 어떻게 얘기해야 될지 모르겠다만 한 4번 말씀하셨는데요. 일단 레이브 팀이 굉장하다는 걸 이제 알았고, 네, 이제 뉴비가 그렇게 질 줄 몰랐다 정도만 말씀하셨습니다.
그리고 일단은 다 쟁쟁한 선수들이지만 아이스아이스의 선수가 이제 한국에서 굉장한 팬층을 또 부여하고 있거든요.
그렇죠.
근데 삼빙이 보는 우리나라 KDL 내에서의 그 에이스, 그러니까 가장 주목하거나 잘한다고 생각했던 선수가 있는지.
네.
왜냐하면 그 하식스를 통해서 우리나라 경기를 많이 봤더라고요.
네.
네, 한번 물어봐 주세요.
네, 三边你好，就是我先问你，你最重视看的选手是谁？韩国的选手。
Flash。
이영호? 아, 그 도타 내에는 없는지 한번 물어봐줘요.
네, 이영호 선수 말고 就是到他里边就是对
제동.
아, 이게
네.
자존심인데요. 이영호, 이재동을 제외한 도타 내에는 없다. 인정하는 선수가.
냐오라. 예,
그건 누군가요?
NALRA. 스타크래프트.
아, 다 스타 선수예요. 예, 그러니까 도타 내에는 없다는 얘기입니다. 예,
네.
흔들리면 안 돼요.
어떻게 이런
예.
일이 있을 수가 있죠 지금?
흔들리면 안 됩니다. 예, 흔들리면 안 돼요.
알겠습니다. 네, 계속 옆에서는 블랙 선수라고 말을 해달라고 계속 강요를 하고 계신데 세 번째 질문으로 넘어가도록 하겠습니다. 옆에 계시는 FI 선수한테 물어볼게요. 비치 게이밍이 한국에 왔지만 한국은
Tasking
흥부라거든요.
ISIS
그
what
이점을
player
무시할 수가 없는데
Dota2
어떤
Korean Dota2
느낌이신지
player he
여쭤보도록
respects
하겠습니다.
or thinks he's
就
good
是
and
在
keeps
韩国
giving
对 MVP
StarCraft
其
2
实
players
homegrown
names.
对你们会影响吗？
应该不会吧？因为我们 TS 就在，因为我们 TS 就在美国打的，所以习惯而已，习惯了。
네, 이미 뭐 다른 나라에서도 많이 경기를 해봤고 그렇기 때문에 습관이 됐기 때문에 아무런 영향이 없을 거라고 얘기를 했습니다.
그러면 굉장한 자신감이 좀 느껴지거든요.
네.
그럼 마지막으로 블랙 선수에게
네,
만에 하나 피닉스에게 한 경기라도
네.
질 수 있는 확률이 얼마나 되는 거였는지. 그러니까 총 경기는 아니어도 한 세트라도 질 수 있는 확률이 어느 정도 되는 것 같은지 본인의 느낌 한번 물어봐주세요.
来，如果你觉得你会算起来吗？就是你会输的几%，会输几%？
我们会赢那个 70-30 chance for us to win.
네,
Sure. Yeah.
네, 70에서 70到30什么意思？
70, 我们30.
아, 네, 좀 제가 제대로 해석한 건지는 모르겠는데
그냥 아이스 다시 물어보죠.
네, 그렇죠.
여기 약간
네.
혼란스러워가지고.
굉장히 혼란스럽네요.
예.
네.
他说对的。
啊，네, 就是你们是30，他们是70。아, 네, 제가 정확히 알아들었습니다. 네,
아, 어지러워요 여기. 기가
굉장히-
너무 세.
네,
예.
지금 여기저기서 질문이 들어오고 있는데
네네네.
자기가 질 확률은 30%, 걔네들이 질 확률은 70%라고 얘기를 해줬습니다. 그렇습니다. 자, 이제
다
마무리할까요?
물어보셨나요?
네,
다 물어보신
다
거예요?
물어봤습니다.
아 그래요?
네.
개인적으로 하나 더 물어볼까요, 블랙한테? 그 블랙이 TI 때부터 그 우리나라의 아나운서들에게 굉장한 관심을 많이 표현했었거든요.
네.
네, 그래서 혹시라도 마음에 두고 있는 아나운서가 있는지 한번 물어봐 주세요.
对，你认识我们3个女播音员吗？就是 announcer。
认识。
你
在天在那个 TIS。对对对。
那你会选一个的话，你会选谁？
Flash.
아 결론은 그냥 이용호 선수인 걸로 모든 게
네,
결론이
아나운서
났습니다.
얘기를 물었는데.
네.
我不知道他们的名字，所以我不可以选。
你会
长发的。
是我吧？别人。
男生的。
我？
Yeah.
저라고 합니다.
아
네.
정리하죠. 네.
아, 네, 이런 건 빨리 넘어가네요.
네.
네, 감사합니다. 네, 그렇습니다. 지금까지 네, 여기서 제가 정말 예쁘다고 했다고 합니다. 이 점 꼭 해주시길 바라겠고요.
They're saying
네,
she's very
지금까지
pretty and
비치
stuff.
게이밍 선수들을 만나보았습니다.
They're all hitting on her and stuff. Welcome back after this little bit of interview with VICI Gaming. I didn't expect Black to speak Chinese this well, actually. He held his own during this interview, just like one word he didn't get. Kind of surprised. That's probably, well, it would make sense though if he's living in China with a Chinese team. He has to speak Chinese, otherwise communication issues are gonna be too big. Gonna be the only one speaking only English in the team. So, well, props to him. That's how he's made it in China. So, well, here he is. But yeah, VICI Gaming, Black's team now, they're gonna go up against MVP Phoenix. Came off a loss in the KDL Season 4 Grand Finals against Rave, but hopefully they can do better today in this best of 3 against VICI. Although obviously they're getting huge underdogs, like VICI Gaming on fire lately, probably the top team in China. I would go as far as say maybe the best team in the world right now. So it's gonna be a big test for MVP to see how well they can do against them. Since they got their new members like Ice is joining, etc., being so much stronger than before. Although today RTK is gonna be standing for Super, since Super was sick, I believe, so he couldn't come. So RTK back to VG, man. It's like so much for retirement. He comes back for to bash some Koreans. Apparently, that's probably what he's thinking. We'll have to see if they're gonna. I think if they underestimate MVP though, they're gonna might be able to take a game. But if they play normal, they play seriously, it should be a 2-0 for MVP, at least in my opinion. I mean, everybody's opinion, most probably. MVP, although I think did they play VICI before? I don't think they've played them before, but they've played other Chinese teams for sure. So I'll see what kind of style. Maybe they're gonna bring. I think they're gonna bust out the Wisp Bristleback against VICI. It's their most successful draft and strategy today. I don't think they've lost a game with it. Like against the stomped C9 with it during Dream League Phase 2. And we'll see if that's how they go. But here MVP Phoenix, March forever. He in Kyo Raisin, #1 tier ranked team ranked in ACA. Currently ranked 11 in the world. I'm not sure exactly if that's. I'm not sure about that world ranking. I don't know how it's done. Probably based on international appearances. But yeah, they won the KDL. They're a finalist KDL Season 1. They won KDL Season 2, they won the Season 3, and they're finalists in the Season 4. And barely missed out on a third title in a row. So, and they won actually the wild card. Almost, they were the finalists at the wild card tournament. They got actually they got the SEA spot from the wild cards, and they finished second. So they got a chance to get the last spots in TI4, but they fell short. They beat VP Virtus Pro in their first match, and they ended up losing to Liquid, who got the wild card spot. So it was a pretty decent surprise, I think, for everybody. But now they're up against the big dogs nowadays. Is VICI Gaming with Black, Ice, RTK, who's standing for Super, FY, and Fenrir. #1 in China, #1 in the world. Seems like a very accurate ranking of this team. And their latest results, they've been finalists at TI4. They won I-League, they won ESL1 New York, they won the Summit 2 very, very recently. And Dota 2 League Season 4, they finished 3rd place. I'm guessing, that's a Chinese tournament that has been going on, I think, pretty recently, right after the Summit 2. I haven't watched that though, so do not quote me on this. And here, you can look at them. RTK with like, he dyed his hair and he has much more hair than he usually does, man. He actually looks really different. I didn't recognize him at first. I was wondering who it was when I saw him in the studio. But yeah, RTK is back. I don't think it's not the first time he came to Korea. He's been in Korea last year or 2 years ago for G Stars, where MVP and Bird Gang had the chance to play against DK and Alliance. At that time, MVP and Bird Gang, aka Poker Face, got destroyed. Like no surprise there. I know, like then they had a MVP, etc. They had the chance to talk to Lions and DK, etc., and try to learn from them, maybe get some advice. They learned from these games, and then after this that they had to go to Star Ladder. So everybody was expecting them to get crushed, but they did pretty okay. The last time they went to Star Ladder LAN finals, and they qualified actually for the next one. So we'll have to see how they're gonna do. They had a decent showing. They didn't go very deep in the tournament, but they were the only team to take a racks off of DK in the start of the season 10. I think that's the one the DK won. Maybe it was season 9 actually. Season 9 I think it was. Season 10 is the one the EG won, the recent one, most recent one. The one before was the one MVP attended and did okay-ish. But it was when they started like pulling ahead of the rest of the Korean competition, learning a lot from that trip to Kiev. Came back, studied a little bit their replays, and talked to a lot of the players, other teams in Kiev too. And when they came back, they started dominating the Korean scene pretty hard. So that's how the current MVP Phoenix we know was born. Or at least came to completion, I'd say. Started getting much better than they were, and like being on another level than the Korean Dota, the rest of the Korean scene. But today it's another second test against the West after actually a third one because they've been to Dream League. Dito did pretty well there. Kind of missed, barely missed on the DreamHack main event. Next time though they'll probably do better. And here are two announcers, Korean announcers. We saw the one on the left who speaks Chinese too a little bit, speaks a little bit of English, I think. But yeah. There's actually like VG now is like there's RTK and ISIS who are on DK. And I think that's it, yeah. I think that's it, yeah. So ISIS and RTK reunited. Wait a second, what am I talking about? Yeah, actually, am I right? I'm actually a little bit confused. RTK, no, it's not. Oh man, what am I talking about? Anyway. Now it's VICI against MVP. Black also, was talking about it a little bit, who came a long way actually. I remember the first time I heard about Black was when he was standing for Mouse way back. He was not on the team yet. He was just standing there. He was just standing for Mouse, and they ended up like using him more and more until they decided to just take him in. And this is when he started his official professional career as a Dota player, and he was seen as a guy with a lot of potential. And right now he's sitting on the top. He's in the best team in the world, and they're looking to keep this up until TI5 and hopefully again make it to the finals the second time with Black this time and maybe win it. Who knows if it keeps going? But again, in the Dota world, nothing is set in stone, and things change pretty fast, especially with the rates. The game has been updated, it changes all the time, so you cannot really rest and like expect to stay on top if you don't give it your all the whole time and you adapt well. So I'm curious to see what MVP is gonna do. I think they're gonna maybe do something like Rave did, like pull out maybe a pocket strat or something, try to surprise VICI. Like Rave did with the Meepo, even though it didn't work for Rave. Maybe MVP has something better prepared, but I think we've already seen everything MVP had to offer, especially after playing like a few finals against Rave, like 3 finals. They had to play 3 different tournaments, 3 finals in the last couple of weeks for I-League, Star Ladder, and KDL. So I'm pretty sure they showed us everything. So we're gonna see some Wisp Bristol back if Wisp doesn't get banned. But VICI probably is gonna be aware of it, so we're gonna have to see if they give it respect or if they just let it in there. And I would expect them to just grab it, because why not? They have so much success with it. Yeah, Rave, especially after seeing Rave performance against Newbie, it's gonna encourage MVP to just emulate them, but I must say they have a much tougher opponent than Rave had, especially since newbie, as many people might know, have not been practicing that much lately because of like management issues or whatever it is. I didn't really read in detail what is going on with the newbie, but still, Rave 2-1 newbie. MVP is gonna look to at least take a map off VICI, and they could be satisfied. I think with taking a map off VICI, or at least playing close games with them. But obviously they wanna win. They're not here to just do okay. That's not really how you go into a match. Always want to win and create an upset. Like VICI here, they probably expect to win, but like if they lose, it's gonna be a big hit for them and for their image. It's like China's pride going to Korea to conquer the KDL champions. And here's Black. He's looking. I don't know, man. Looking scary, man. Oh man. He looks pissed. I don't know what's going on, man. Here's Forav. He's been having kind of a lackluster performance lately. Usually he was one of the big playmakers from MVP Phoenix, always making a lot of stuff happen and kind of carrying his team. To be honest, him and Raisin being two standout players, along with Kyo. But in my mind, it was always like Forav and Raisin doing a lot, especially Forav. But these days he's been having like a kind of a slump. But should get better. And they just lost in the finals, and they must be burnt out. They have so much stuff to play. I think they need some rest. And after the season of KDL, I think that's what they're gonna get. Maybe a week, maybe 2. I don't know exactly how long they have without any matches to prepare for. So I just want to get the game started. I was apparently waiting for a last player. Raisin just got back into his booth. Went to get his jacket. It's kind of cold in here. VICI setting up their pieces, I think. Still, I don't think they had enough time to do that before their interviews, etc., etc. So as soon as it's dealt with, jump into the draft. VICI though one of the things that's scary about them, they can play so many different styles and they can play so many heroes. For example, Ice has a wide variety of heroes you can play in the offlane. Like they played a bunch of Broodmother, I think. His Timber is extremely good, and in this patch it's much better. He got buffs recently, and not that recently, but kind of. Although they don't have super today, so it's gonna be RTK mid. I don't think seen this before. Usually he's always offlaning, RTK TPs, etc. kind of stuff. I'll see what kind of RTK shows up today. I'm not sure how much he's been playing, how much competitive Dota he's been playing lately, since he's supposed to be retired. He's gonna have to play against Q, who had a pretty decent showing in the 1v1 tournaments we had, where he barely lost to Mu. Mu looks pretty strong in that. So RTK is not gonna have the easiest time against him. Anyway, just waiting for the game to get started. What I could talk about. And filling time solo like this is not really the most comfortable thing to do. So I'm trying to think, understand what they're talking about exactly. No, I don't know. I can't hear everything. So anyway, I want to see if they're gonna again Wisp Bristleback. I know I brought it up a few times already, but this is the one thing I want to see. I want to see how VICI is gonna deal with it, and if MVP actually can make it work against VICI too, the top team, top dogs of the moment. And we're gonna find out soon since we're jumping into the draft of game 1 of MVP Phoenix against VICI Gaming, the Korea versus China showdown. Banning at the Ice Elder Titan. Really strong hero right now. Even though he got nerfed last patch again, the Astral Speed damage getting really low now. And getting with a bad rider. Again, keeps jumping in and out of the meta as a top pick ban. He's back to the almost picked or ban every single time in the first phase. Maybe thinking some time to think about the second ban. I don't think they can really ban out there. They just have to get rid of what they don't want to deal with. And Tidehunter, a strong team fighter. And that's something that MVP likes to do. They like to team fight. They're not so much about split pushing. They're very much so about gathering with 5 and taking the fight to the opponents. And they can get the Wisp if they get the chance. And I think they prefer to just have the option to pick both at the same time, so they don't get denied pick. Like for example, maybe VICI could run a Bristleback if they see a Wisp, if they acknowledge this strategy that MVP Phoenix likes to run. So maybe it's a risk they're not gonna take. Although they could run something else like a PA with the Wisp, so that's okay. And they're just gonna go for the Vengeful Spirit, which looks like what they've been doing the last week. They always get the Vengeful Spirit and the Death Prophet in the first couple picks. So it might be what's coming. Vengeful Spirit, anyway, fits in almost any lineup. Helps getting Roshan. Helps having a get out of jail card whenever your carry or one of your cores get caught. About to die, can bait him out. And also pretty good roamer. At a stun that does a lot of damage. Damage pretty high for stun, and the duration is also pretty decent. So and they go for the Skywrath. I hear that FY loves to. I think it's FY. Was it FY or Fenrir? I think it's FY who plays Skywrath, and every time he plays it, usually he's had a lot of success with it. And yeah, he plays both. Yeah, he's the one who's gonna play the most likely pick up the Skywrath. FY God, everyone calls him. Here in Korea now, Korean fans are gonna be able to meet FY in person. Very famous all around the world, in the Dota world at least. And they go for the Viper actually. It could be actually, I think it's a ROTK Viper. Black doesn't really play this hero. I know I've seen ROTK play Viper a bunch of times, so I think that's gonna be his hero, maybe for mid, depending on the lanes they get. And yeah, MVP Phoenix. They don't get first ban Slark, and for once, usually it's always first ban against MVP Phoenix, and this time they get it. They usually try to get it pretty early. They don't want to get it banned. It's one of the Q's best heroes. There's Ice. He's been playing some Terrorblade lately. And Ricky actually, which I think is a underused and underrated hero. Especially as an offlaner, I think it's a pretty good offlaner. Forces like at least, I mean, you can, if you ward, for example, you go to the offlane, you ward the camp. You gotta make a choice. You cannot have sentries everywhere. You can make a choice. They have to make a choice either to lane the lane, and ward the lane, or de-ward the jungle. So And if they don't get it with the first sentry, then they're pretty much screwed. They're not gonna be able to pull, or they're not gonna be able to pressure on the lane. So it's a lot of investment that the supports have to make in the early game. They don't want to make. So now I got the Sand King. Then Fenrir can play Skyra too, obviously. So there's still the option of the Sand King on FY, which he's extremely good at. And then VICI, know how much Phoenix likes their Dead Prophet. So again, second phase ban usually on the Dead Prophet against MVP Phoenix. Happens all the time. And Black Anti-Mage is taken out. Although Slark is pretty good against Anti-Mage in general. It depends how the pace of the game and how the laning phase goes and the mid game goes. But usually Slark pretty good against Anti-Mage during the late game at least, or the mid to late game, I'd say. That's banned for VICI. I'm gonna look to be taking fights, and here's your RTK coming back from retirement. Venomancer twice. This is gonna be a third time. You can still pick it up, but it doesn't look like a Venomancer game for now. So they go for the Dazzle with a Razor band. So makes me think Viper against Razor, for example, if he were to come to this, can be pretty even. I think it really depends on who plays better the matchup. But you can handle yourself against a Razor as a Viper, and a Razor can also win the lane if opportunity shows up. But if he gets, it really depends on the rotations, etc., etc. So not necessarily a matchup that goes horribly badly for either part. Maybe slightly Razor favored, but and they go for the Broodmother for Ice in response to the Jakiro. And right now it's a fourth pick. This MVP Phoenix here has 2 picks to deal with this Broodmother, and I'm just curious, what hero are they gonna put Black on to make use of the space that Ice is probably gonna be making with this Broodmother? Because if you pick a Broodmother with no one else that's gonna really use all the space you're making, it's kind of weak. Falls off in the late game. So you need a really strong late game that's gonna use all the space that you're making, and that's probably gonna be what MVP Phoenix is gonna direct the last ban towards. Yeah, banning Black. TB has been pretty nerfed this patch, since the illusions only do 75% of the damage they were doing before 2 buildings. So pretty significant nerf. Which is why we don't see as much Terrorblade as well, we were not seeing it as much since the very first nerf, but the second one hitting him. So and they go for the axe, okay, as a counter pick to Broodmother. I was actually talking to this about this to Heen, I think a couple days ago. How you just pick an axe and axe just destroys Brood if you can manage to get the right lane. Broodmother cannot really do anything. She has to creep escape. She can maybe get away with it. We've seen Ice do this against an axe before, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be annoying, but he's gonna be able to deal with it. And last ban, Black Hero could be. There's TV in the pool, but I don't think they're gonna bother banning it. Anti-Mage is already banned. There's a Bow Fling. And they've got the Axe 2 actually that can deal with the Dazzle. Actually forgot about this, but Shadowgrave is not gonna work against Axe. So they deal with two of their heroes. This Axe pick is actually pretty good there. They could have probably banned it so that they don't get it if they had the room for him. But as is, they have it. They're gonna be pretty happy about it. Axe not so good against Viper though, and and they go for the Void Ban. Yeah, it's pretty good synergy with the Skywrath, Viper, Dazzle. Like 3 range hero can contribute in the Chronosphere, especially the Skywrath ultimate. And they go for the Slaughter. Oh, some minus armor shenanigans going on here. And especially against Axe is gonna be extremely good. Like Axe, he wants to be in the middle of the fight, go and like he wants everybody to attack him, but with the Amplify, you don't really want that anymore. Slaughter, one of the a very good hero to deal with Axe. He's gonna depend on the laning phase. Axe needs to really snowball if he wants to be working in this game. Because later on with Dazzle, Slaughter, and there's a Viper too, it's gonna be tough for Axe. There is a Skywrath too, there's a lot of magical damage, so they need a really good last pick to round their lineup up. They already have, I think it's going to be a support Jakiro, but they usually run MVP Phoenix. They're probably a mid hero to be able to lane against the Viper, because right now Slark is not going to have a good time. Axe, no comments, and that's why they had the Razor Band. And they go for the Warlock, okay. Let's put out their old guns. We've seen Warlock yesterday in one of the games against Rave for the KDL Season 4 Grand Finals. And he's been the first one in a while, and they're using it again today against VICI Gaming at their first game. So you're gonna have a really strong team fight. You'll have to see how it matches up against VICI. Viper is gonna be a problem mid, so it's good that they have some support that can rotate and help mid, because they're gonna need to shut down this Viper, not let it get out of control too quickly. Here's the Raisin. He's gonna be on the Jakiro, most likely. He's black, and the rest of his team here in Korea. Isas here for the second time, I believe. So is RTK. And we're gonna soon go into the game 1 of MVP Phoenix against VICI Gaming for the Korea versus China showdown here at the KDL. And we jump into the game in a second. Here we go. Raisin actually speaks a little bit of Chinese. That's supposed to be Sarang here. I love you. In Korean. Ice. When I camp on that rune. I can reword this actually. That's pretty nice. But therefore I have to be careful. You have a sentry, Ice has to get out. Well, I think I contested. I don't think VICI can really try. Ice. We're going in, but there's a Shadow Grave here, and you gotta get the first blood on him. Kyo cannot really do much more. They're gonna secure the first rune for themselves. And get the first blood too on top of that. So Kyo going back to his lane. Hin too. Not so happy about this, and they did not get the lane they wanted. They've got Slaughter, they got dual lanes basically. Dazzle, Broodmother. You can't imagine what he's gonna do with the Spiderlings and the Shadow Wave. He doesn't have any webs though, I think, or maybe he's waiting to see where to put it. Yeah, he's just got one now, so gonna put it down. Mid Viper against Warlock. Warlock doing pretty well in the first levels. And I think he's gonna do well all the way because of his heal, and he has pretty good damage, pretty good attack animation, pretty good range. So mid's gonna go pretty okay for MVP. Bottom though, 4-5, not happy about the lane he's getting. He's still gonna do fine because the Slaughter, obviously, melee hero. not gonna have a good time against Axe, especially when he's just creep skipping like this. At least I can text him the pulls, get some creeps. Black's gonna have to last it against under the tower, still gonna be fine. 6-0 now. And top Q is gonna have a very bad time. Even though Forev's not getting the ideal lane, he's still getting pretty okay lane. Fenrir on the Scaraf is just pulling mostly, not trying too much to zone him out. And it's gonna be maybe a kill on RTK. Yeah, it's gonna be the first, not the first blood, this first kill for MVP Phoenix. Already 2 minutes in on the mid Viper, so they're already being much more active and trying to shut down that Viper. Don't let it get out of control. And Ice 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 2 might fall. They have a sentry, so it's a second kill on Ice 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 as FY goes to check the rune on top rune. So they're punishing these movements from VICI Gaming pretty well. They should still be careful though. Shallow wave here, yeah, it's gonna happen, and it's dead Wazen. And Q trying to get in. Oh, okay, he's got a tango. Whoa, that was close too. And FY though, there's a call on him. He should go down. This nice spin. He got a few spiders too. Top it off. So Forev, knowing that bottom is not gonna be maybe too fun if Scarab decides to just come and zone him out, he's at danger of dying. And RTK going for a second point in a poison attack, which is good. It doesn't really need the corrosive skin that much, not early at least. Corrosive skin is something you wanna be maxing out when you're ready to group up with your team and take team fights with the mech. So until you're getting close to the mech, better to max out, maybe get some levels in poison attack or nether toxin. He's gonna be able to put more pressure, and rotation from Fenrir. Can they get the kill? It's like they might not be able to, and yeah, they won't. The heal keeping him alive, so he's gonna walk back home and TP. Already about a TP scroll, so wasted time for Fenrir. We're gonna at least check get the bottom rune, Invis rune for nobody yet. Fenrir is most probably gonna pick it up while Heen gets the bounty rune on top. Oh, missed pounce. Gosh. That was trying to escape. He would have been better off if he could landed on the slaughter, maybe run away with the Dark Pact, but either way, pretty difficult to run away from a slaughter or sprint. Black got the hazardous bottle. I'm gonna be checking the runes since Fenrir doesn't have a bottle, and Viper isn't gonna go for a bottle, so they need someone to pick up these runes. Make use of it. Yeah, phase boots on March. Thanks for that kill. Be able to put some pressure on the RTK. Although RTK, as a Viper, obviously can farm pretty easily against any hero. And Forever just in onto Ice Ice Ice. Shadow Wave does some damage, but not enough. Ice 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 taking much more. He got a bunch of spiders, and this is what they want. Just want to lane Forever against him, even if Shadow Wave does a lot of damage. The spiderlings, they cannot really attack him, or it's gonna be too much damage into Ice 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 and too much gold towards Forever. The reason getting ready mid, maybe to like already stand off here, expecting a gank to come. Heen getting in position. Gonna try to make a rotation mid on the RTK, but Fenrir is here, so gotta be careful. Kill, trading some hits with Black. With Black is just power treads. He's level 6. Q not level 6 yet. He's only level 4, so he cannot really. He has to be a little bit careful. Doesn't have that much farm compared to Black. And Ferris sitting mid, secure RTK's farm, but I guess they don't care that much. They're gonna go for. Oh, okay, they got the the chaotic offering, but Reen might pay with his life. No, he survives, and RTK survives, but Fenrir goes down. And are they gonna get the golem too? If RTK can get it, no, he probably won't get it. He's gonna have Shadow Word soon to heal it, but doesn't have the mana. He's gonna have to wait 10 more mana, and then he can heal it up and put some pressure on the middle tower while top FY and Asai pushing the lane a little bit, getting some spiderlings, and after having cleaned up the axe. They have to be careful though, there's a ton of spiders. You gotta hold the tower. He has a soaring on Ice SS. Most probably gonna go for a Midas next, like he usually does. I'm just gonna beat on the tower. Yeah, they gave the Shadow Wave, gonna come on 2 forever, maybe. No, they're not gonna be fast enough. Oh! He's not enough. They'll be able to run away. They missed it, so it should be dead FY, like 4-man from MVP Phoenix. Top. He's gonna TP away actually with the Shadow Grave, and oh no! Shadow Ward takes him down, and Ice are gonna try to get the tower, but no, they're not gonna let it go. They're probably gonna deny it. They're gonna wait once more. Okay, it's good to deny. There's still some map control going VICI's way. Gonna allow Ice to control the jungle much easier. If there's no towers, then jungle is his. Until Axe gets blinked, they're not gonna have any good ways of finding him. Or at least a Yules. A Yules on Jack Hero would be the best, the ideal. And he might go down here. No way out for him. Level 5 on Fenrir. And Marsh going for a Midas, but he's gonna die pretty easily here. Black with a pretty early rotation after checking the bottom rune. And he's gonna go for the tower after this then. No Warlock. Slark not having didn't have the best early game, so cannot really come and fight here. Still no blink on Axe, Reason, and the Jakiro too low level. So they're just gonna try to get a trade going, but Ice is stopping it, just creep skipping. Axe skipping, Ice skipping. Can we get Ice? No. Might get raised instead. The spider is still on the chase. Does he have his soul ring ready? No, but the spiders should be able to catch him. Maybe does he have an ice path? No, he doesn't. He's probably gonna die here. Yeah. Last dual breath before going down. And there's a rock carry girlfriend on RTK, but do they even have enough damage? It doesn't seem like it. He might. No, he should be fine. Like Dazzle should be here. No, okay, they're gonna finally get him. He had to dodge the pounce from Kyo, and Kyo is gonna keep going. He has his Shadow Dance if needed. And Fenrir is pretty dead. Yep, not gonna miss that. But again, Black gets involved. There's no more rock, so he can just go in there. Maybe he's gonna be able to save March. Ah, barely. But Black's just gonna fight. He has FY with him. Kyo doesn't have enough mana, doesn't have any regen on him. Yeah, he has us 3 magic 1 charges, but it's not enough. And Viper comes back. He's gonna be raising 2 going back, like 3 down. 3 down after just getting RTK and Fenrir, so, and using the chaotic offering, so VICI is gonna be pretty happy about this. They don't lose a tower with this Warlock ultimate. They just lose a support and an RTK, and Black gets some kills. They get Q, they get March. It's going well for them. And already the blink 10 minutes in, Treads blink magic wand and battle. So they're gonna turn up the heat now. You're gonna just keep the aggression. No reason to just sit back. He doesn't really have any crystal need for a BKB for fighting. There's only Magic Missile and Ice Path, which I'm not even sure if it's leveled yet. And slow is not so effective against Slaughter because of his sprint. They could blow up Q here. They'll try, and yes, they will. A very aggressive ward here. And his Slaughter is going to put so much pressure, and he's going to buy space for ISS to keep split pushing the top lane and just take control of the jungle and the lane. And it's going to be very difficult for them to deal with because they have only Axe who can go there, but even Axe, if he gets jumped, they're going to go on Heen and March. March is going to survive. They try to get both. But then, like, Forev, what can he do? Like, these 5 people from VICI Gaming here, and March had to go back. Heen was dead. And Q cannot contribute now. He's not equipped to deal with this. Fenrir is gonna get some farm bottom. Went to the double mules build. Get some damage, bonus damage on his Arcane Bolt. And yeah, Black is just gonna keep roaming. He has in haste rune too, so he's not running away from this. He's gonna go for March. Easy kill. Boom. FY cleans it up, and meanwhile Q is gonna do what he can do, which is bully Fenrir. And he needs to pop the Shadow Dance, and he will. Is he gonna get him though? Oh yes, he needs to, but there's the blink though on Black. Maybe, yeah, now, and they're gonna get him. He doesn't have any pounce soon. Here he's gonna be able to pounce, and goes all the way. At least Stark is able to get rid of the Amplify pretty easily, but actually let's run away. And Black getting caught by the chaotic offering, but it's not doing much. They don't have anything to. Okay, they're gonna catch at least FY, but it's a mere consolation for. It's like 5 people here just to kill a Dazzle, and they need to get a tier 1 out of this. Meanwhile, ISS has got the tier 2 top, so space created. And dependent offensive ward there too. So that he's able to see who's on the lane, who's coming to contest him. And they even get the golem, so they're not gonna get the tier 1. It's not looking good for MVP. They already have the mech and the Midas on the RTK. Everybody on VICI is pretty farmed. Mars didn't have the best time. He got a kill, but he doesn't have much more to show for because of Black had so much farm, and he's putting so much pressure on the map with his Blink Dagger. And MVP, like, they cannot afford it. Axe is not a hero that plays well from behind, so he's just gonna jump in, and especially against the Slaughter, he's gonna get focused down. VICI complete control of this game right now. Already tier 2 top dead, tier 1 mid dead. There's only 3 towers remaining for MVP Phoenix, and all towers remain for VICI, so next item for Slaughter could be a BKB, could even keep it and just get something else. For everybody he's gonna get some spiders. Maybe, yes, he gets them. But they got the blink, they really need to get some isolated pickups. Like for example on Broodmother, whenever she ISS overextends, if he does. But never mind. Raisin getting caught, and they're gonna go for the tier 2 bottom. There is no chaotic offering, and they know that, so they can go. They have a DD on Black. Gotta be an easy tower. If they try to fight, just pops the DD and goes in with the Dazzle, allowing him to go balls deep without being worried about getting blown up or anything like that. Because there's no chaotic offering. There's Dazzle behind him. There's a Viper with mech too, so they're so strong right now. They're gonna keep fighting. They're gonna get the tier 2 on top of the tier 1 bottom. They got 2 towers in exchange for, well, nothing. They got a kill 2, and they're gonna barely misses him. They're gonna get maybe some spider. No, spider's just gonna steal his creeps. It's my creep. Okay, he gets a spin. It's kind of lucky. And they're gonna go for the Roshan. Yeah, with the DD and Slaughter level 11. Such an easy Roshan, but MVP knows what's going on. They're gonna go. They're gonna contest. They're not gonna let it go. They need to contest it. Black though has the DD, so it's so dangerous, and he dodges both the chaotic offering and the call. Chaotic offering probably was not gonna get him, but Q going on Black to try to stop him from jumping into the fight. They're gonna go for FY now, but Q running out of steam is gonna have to get out because Black is gonna come in, and yes, he dodges it, but still, Heen goes down. Still nobody dead on the VICI side. They might get Q. No, Q is gonna TP away, and Black get a second one in the Warlock. RTK is gonna keep the golem while Black just destroying, raising the Roche pits, and Frev barely escapes. So they're not able to stop the Roshan. They keep going. Their Dazzle is still here. They can just amplify and just keep going. Ice meanwhile just killing the base top. And he did a GG. I don't know, because that was really one-sided. All the while this Roshan fight was happening, Isis were just, yeah, no problem, just stop killing buildings, killing enemy base. They're like, alright dude, alright guys, like, we're done with, we cannot deal with this. It was kind of anticlimactic. I didn't see that happening actually. Yeah, Raisin's like, alright, this was embarrassing. Black's like, yeah, that was easy. Yeah, I said that was done.